Welcome to the Car Guys. This week we're going to take you on a complete tour of the Car Guys garage. You may have seen the seen-through glass video earlier in the year, so we thought this would be a good opportunity to go through the garage in a lot more detail.
Show you our personal favourites, take you around the cars and the details that we like the most, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
So we're going to start here with the first supercar that I ever bought, which is this beautiful 355 Spider. It's in Rosso Corsa with cream leather, the classic combination.
Classic combination.
It's 1996. It's importantly a manual car, which is very highly sought after, and it is the Spider. And the reason why I got this car was that I just thought it was the prettiest Ferrari that you could get.
Probably still is one of the most prettiest Ferraris you could ever get. And also, don't forget, is the F1 gearbox in this car was so bad.
It's utterly terrible. With the top down on this car and the tonneau cover on, it obviously looks really, really sleek and low. It's a beautiful car. V8. I've done over 30,000 miles in this car, driven all the way down to Italy.
Oh, we went to Italy, didn't we?
Yeah, in the Ferrari factory, all over the place. So it's definitely not a garage queen. I will own this car forever. These days it's obviously not the smoothest, nicest car to drive. It's a little bit agricultural because it's obviously more than 20 years old, but it's still special, and with the roof off you obviously get that beautiful exhaust note.
I personally prefer the GTBs. Not so keen on the Spiders from a shape point of view, but yeah, I mean they absolutely nailed it when they produced this car.
You had 355, then you had 360, 430 and 458.
Classic interior, lots and lots of old school buttons.
Ferraris of this age, and actually a little bit newer, the plastic inside the dials tends to get infected with bacteria and starts to get sticky, and it completely ruins the interior of the car. The black actually comes off on your hands.
Nice.
So this one's now been fully treated, so I had the whole stuff removed and then coated, and it's now back to where it should be.
Back to where it should be.
So this car, at the moment, it's running a little bit rough. It probably needs a new catalytic converter. It also needs to have the dashboard retrimmed, because over the years, again, the leather stretches and flexes, particularly in the sun. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, stunning.
Special. So this is the McLaren 675 LT in chicane grey with green calipers on it. So it's exactly the spec that I was looking for. It's very track focused. It's incredibly raw. It just looks totally cool and badass in this spec. So it looks like a stealth fighter. What do you reckon?
Oh, it's just incredible. This car, apart from the fact that the doors basically want to injure you every time you try and open them, and well, this is literally as close as you can park next to it, and even then getting in and out is a bit of a struggle. But once you get onto a twisty, windy road and it starts to flow, and you can literally stick it anywhere you want, and you can change your line mid-corner depending on where the thing goes, and it is absolutely rock solid. I mean, it really is quite a phenomenal machine. And I love the paired out interior. I love the fact that, unlike Ferraris, it hasn't got loads of buttons all over the steering wheel.
Yeah.
There's no, the whole thing is basically run by two little switches, and that's it.
Yeah, very, very focused driving position. This sort of plasticky engine cover rattles the shit out of you. So this is always vibrating, a little bit disconcerting, but...
Oh, and it's phenomenally quick as well.
Oh yeah, it's quite quick.
I mean, accelerator wise, because it's turbocharged, accelerator quickly, going forwards quickly, it just knocks your breath away. I mean, it's no TDF, but it's not a long way away, because it's got so much torque because of the turbos. Just you get that real punch.
I kind of fallen in love with it since owning it. I would find it very difficult to get rid of this car.
Yeah, it's quite a phenomenal car. Why does this look weird? This is all right, isn't it? This is the daddy of them all. There is literally no better car available in the world today than this. I might be biased. When I was a kid, I had the picture of this on my wall. I could only ever get within 25 feet of one if you went to a car show. They were super rare, although actually transpires they're not quite as rare as we thought they were. But the shape of it is just amazing. This is a real racing car for the road. It's completely stripped out. This is old school Italian build quality as well, so there's quite a lot of bits that have got, you know, resin, and some of the wires don't quite meet properly. I cannot tell you how much I'm in love with this car. It's, every time I see it, I have to come and give it a little stroke, which obviously is a bit weird. The driving experience is so old school. There is literally nothing happens below 4,000 RPM. And then you get this little whistle, which is where the turbos start to spool up. It's like that scene from Star Wars where all the stars start to go stripy. That's what you get. That's the feeling you get in this. And the bonnet's shaking and the whole car's moving. It's just absolutely incredible.
Have you actually even said what it is?
I don't need to tell people what it is.
Saying what it is. It's a Ferrari F40. So this is a 1990 example. It is a non-cat, non-adjust model, which is the one that everyone... Stop stroking that.
Sorry.
Stop stroking. It's a non-cat, non-adjust model, which is the one that everyone fancies. So that means that it's got no catalytic converters, which means it's faster, and it has no adjustment to the suspension, which again is something that people favour. They just like the simplicity of the non-adjustable.
I mean, the paint job, the fact that you can see the weave through the paint, everyone says, oh, it's amazing you can see the weave. Well, it's not amazing, it's just that they didn't put a lot of paint on it.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a particular example where you can see a lot of weave, which again, if you're into F40s, the more weave you can see, the better, really. That's whod's really favoured by collectors. And I'm lucky enough that this car is very really weavy.
Badly painted, yeah.
Yeah, very badly painted. Shoddy Italian painting. Thank God for shoddy Italian painters.
But it's, I mean, it's an event to drive. You've got the harnesses as well.
Yep.
So immediately you strap yourself in and you start that engine.
Yeah. Left-hand drive, obviously. They all are.
It's just incredible. And the gearbox and the pedals, the race car pedals, so the brake pedal, you put your foot on it, you push it, then you push it some more, then it finally starts to give and the car finally starts to slow down.
But at that point you're still doing 180 miles an hour.
Yes.
Then a little bit of poo comes out.
Yeah, this is certainly my favourite car.
Now we'll leave Jason alone so that he can copulate with it. This is a quirky choice, not one you see in many collections. There's a reason for that. Number one, it's bonkers. Number two, there's only 46 of them in the world. This is a light car company rocket. There's a very entertaining video of us flying around lanes and running out of petrol on our channel. This was designed by Formula One designer Gordon Murray, who also created the McLaren F1, and race driver Chris Craft. So it was a joint project between those two guys in the early to mid 90s. These babies cost 40,000 quid new in 1992.
Which was absolutely ridiculous.
Which you could have bought, you know, 2 houses and a yacht for that. So they didn't sell that many of them, and as a result they're very rare and they're appreciated by collectors and also people that have McLaren F1s. Jay Leno's got one, you may have seen his video. I've always kind of wanted one, probably ever since I saw it on the cover of Car magazine.
So you've been looking for a while.
Yeah, and now I've got one, and you know, it is every bit as bonkers as you think it is. It's only a 1000cc Yamaha motorcycle engine that powers this, but it only weighs sort of 380 kilograms, so it gives you supercar performance. Your arse is basically riding along the road, everything's raw, you're being smashed in the face by bees, but it is a truly extraordinary experience.
And you don't actually have to be going that fast either, because anything above 40 miles an hour feels like you're doing 300. It's noisy, you've got that motorbike engine in the back which revs to 19,000. Not quite, but it feels like 19,000.
12,000.
So you've got that sequential shift, so you're pushing forward and you're pulling back to go up and down the gears.
Yeah.
All the suspension is rose jointed, so it all feels absolutely solid. There's no wibble wobble in it. It's just brilliant. It's just such a great little car.
The only downside with this one, as you'll have seen if you watch the video, is that the fuel indicator bulb has gone, and that means you can't tell how much fuel there's in it, so you just have to keep it topped up. So this is a 488 GTB, the hardtop 488. It's essentially a muscular 458 with twin turbos.
I haven't driven it yet. You've only just picked it up in a week, literally a few days ago.
Yep.
It's tremendously fast, tremendously capable, and And in this spec with the black roof, it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so spec'd in Rosso Fuoco, which is a triple layer red, looks different in all kinds of lights. So right now, sort of looks blood red, but it can also look incredibly bright red as well. Nero Daytona black roof and black side skirts, just to sort of make the car look lower and pinch it in a bit. Yeah, so far, very, very special car. So you'll be seeing a lot more of it on the channel soon, I think.
Lamborghini Huracan Performante, which is the newest offering from Lamborghini from a sports point of view. It's the upgraded version of the Huracan, so it's a bit more track focused. It's got a lot more trick aero, so the rear wing is fed with aero through the up pillars and out the back to give it much more stability. It's in this amazing green, which just really...
Verde Mantis is what it's called.
I mean, you can't, if you're going to have a Lambo, you've got to have it in a mental colour. I think that's just basically the look. I mean, personally, I love this car. This is definitely a daily driver. It's four-wheel drive, it's got CarPlay in it. It does everything you want it to do. It really is a total all-rounder, this car. This could be your only supercar. If you could only have one, my choice at the moment would be this.
A lap record holder of the Nürburgring. It was the it car of the moment.
Yeah,
it's probably now been superseded by the GT2 RS. There's a Spider version of this has just come out as well. But, you know, in my opinion, if you're going to get one of these, you've got to go for a hardtop. You know, you've got to go for that structural rigidity. So it is a stunning car. Everything about it is amazing. But I think, as I said in the seen through glass video, I personally haven't gelled with it as much as I thought I was going to do.
Yeah.
So if you ask me which of the cars I was going to get rid of from the garage, probably one of these, or probably this, I would say. Porsche 911 Carrera T. This is the latest car, joint latest car to join the CarGuys fleet, along with the 488 GTB. This was a bit of an impulse buy. If you've seen my collection video, then you'll know all about that. But it's in black. It looks amazing. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it does look incredible. It's really, really sleek, and actually it's a massive head turner as well, because it is so sleek in the black. It drives how you expect every Porsche to drive, really.
Yeah.
It's very easy, straightforward. Manual, this particular car, which is nice as well.
Yeah.
So it's got a lovely gearbox.
Yeah, I saw someone pick up a do a collection video on YouTube, and it was automatic, and it had a sunroof, and you know, there's just certain options that these cars should never have, and that's two of them. Well, this bad boy is one of my favourites in the whole collection. I spent quite a few months searching for this. I had to spend a lot of time working on the previous owner to get him to sell it, and eventually he did, and I think now he regrets it. This is a Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe, so that's a Phantom, the range-topping Rolls-Royce, but the two-door version. So if you want luxury, this is the most opulent of opulent luxury cars. It's enormous, it's more than 19 feet long, it's very cramped inside, strangely. It's the opposite of the TARDIS, but it is a supremely stunning luxury car with that all-important, iconic spirit of ecstasy.
You do also, when you drive it, it does make you feel like you are Lord Fauntleroy.
Yes, it does.
You pooter around in this, and you do have an overseat, because it's so high. I mean, this is as high as a Range Rover to sit in this car and drive it around. But it's effortless. This is the epitome of wafting, this car. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
it's black.
It's black inside. You've got piano wood. It's just so smooth. And I think, you know, if you've got loads of sort of supercars, then you do want a sort of a little bit more of a luxury cruiser for the long distance jaunts, and this is perfect for that.
Fits the bill.
Plus, also because it's the coupe, there's hardly any of these around, and there's two reasons for that. Number one, they were ludicrously expensive, and number two, Rolls-Royce now do not make this car anymore. So if you want a coupe Rolls-Royce, you've got to buy a Wraith, but Phantom Coupe will never be made again. And so there's very few. It took so long for them to make each one, so we're talking many thousands of man hours, and it cost literally the earth when it was new. So as a result, there's hardly any of these cars around. They're now quite collectible, and you get knowing nods from people who know about Rolls-Royces, because it is a very special car.
Yeah, supercar.
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please subscribe, leave comments and likes.
Don't forget to tag that notification bell for the next time we've got a video uploaded. See you on the next one.